So picture two aircraft flying in formation about 30 feet apart from each other at 200 to 350 knots at 25,000 feet. Air refueling is a means of providing in-flight refueling to extend the range and the distance to support military and relief operations throughout the world. We pump gas at 1,200 gallons per minute. The air refueling operator's job is to make sure that that 2,500-pound boom doesn't hit the receiver airplane. The air refueling operator station, or AROS, is where the air refueling operator does his job. We used to lie on our belly for 40 minutes. Add in nighttime ops, we would have a single light on the tip of our boom to be able to see what's changed. Now we set a boom operator up and we use cameras that provide us basically night vision. We also have the capability to refuel any of our NATO customers or friends utilizing our hose and drogue system. That's a game changer. When you're sitting at the AROS, the operator is using a pair of 3D glasses, and that's very critical because depth perception allows the operator to not hit antennas and canopies on top of the aircraft. Being able to see those images at night anywhere in the world, the Air Force can now fly in any lighting condition, in any weather condition.
3, 2, 1, now. Contact.
Boeing and U.S. Air Force officials at Boeing Field listened closely to the radios as the KC-46A tanker prepared to pass fuel to a receiver aircraft for the first time ever.
Looks like I'm taking fuel.
Less than a minute later, the tanker's first successful aerial refueling concluded.
I stand by for disconnect in 3, 2, 1, now.
Bingo. The celebration began on the ground and at 20,000 feet inside the tanker.
I literally clapped out loud. I was pretty excited, and it was a great milestone to see. You know, we're really a tanker now. We've passed that fuel, and we've proven that capability.
So it was definitely a good feeling, everybody. You could kind of feel the energy increase at that moment.
Really, it was a kind of a feeling of quiet jubilation. We knew that we had done something really, really important for the United States Air Force and for our nation. And we were very happy that the entire team worked so well together to be able to make this happen.
The 5-hour, 43-minute test flight included multiple contacts with the F-16 to prepare for the fuel transfer. Then the KC-46A passed 1,600 pounds of fuel to the F-16 through its 56-foot boom.
We got up to the offload, and fuel systems and everything kicked in as we expected.
The boom is fabulous. It's absolutely the best flying boom I've ever flown. It's positive. You got total control. You move your arm, the boom moves, you stop, it stops. It's right on the money there.
From the receiver aircraft standpoint, the F-16 pilot was impressed by the ease and efficiency of the KC-46A.
The phrase I would use to describe the refueling was rock solid. It was very easy to connect to the boom and then also stay connected to the boom and take fuel from the tanker.
The KC-46A Pegasus will now prepare to refuel other military aircraft, but the crew will always remember this first aerial refueling as a special milestone.
When we hooked up and the gas came off the airplane, I leaned over to Master Sergeant Moon, who was in the other seat, and I said, today the airplane became a tanker.
To pass that milestone where you're actually doing what you're designed to do, where it's one thing to have the boom out there without anybody behind you and flying it around. It's another to actually make contact and transfer that fuel.
It's very reliable, it's very easy to refuel, and I know that as an F-16 pilot in combat situations, when you're counting on refuel to be there and be able to give you gas, and the consequences of not getting that gas are life and death, it's good to know that this tank will be up there and is ready to perform.
Boeing's KC-46 tanker program took an important step forward when the first test aircraft, a 767-2C, lifted off from Payne Field in Everett, Washington. The 767-2C is one of 4 aircraft Boeing is building as part of the 2011 contract to design and develop the Air Force's next-generation tanker.
When you see something like that took so many thousands of hours just take off, I mean, there's no word for it. I mean, other than just pride.
To see this airplane take off for the very first time, I was kind of emotional, you know. You just want to cry, you know, your hair stand up on your neck to see this thing get off the ground.
The first flight lasted nearly 4 hours as the test pilots took the 767-2C through its paces to perform a series of airborne systems checks before coming in for a smooth landing at Boeing Field south of Seattle.
It was fantastic. When we got the airplane, it was really good. Right from the very liftoff to the very touchdown, the airplane felt great, handled great, and really performed well. Really happy with it.
An amazing accomplishment for the aircraft, for the Air Force, and for Boeing to be able to see the first flight of this 6th generation aircraft that's going to change the way we do refueling in the Air Force, providing great capability and now being able to allow us to retire much older aircraft.
And Boeing will deliver the first multi-role KC-46 tanker to the Air Force in 2016.